Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Paper World, where we are solving past paper questions of IGCSE Physics 0625. So today we are on the last topic of the bigger topic, that is atomic physics. So this is topic 5.7, safety precaution. Let's begin. But before we begin, kindly like and subscribe the channel. And if you find anything helpful, kindly remember me in your prayers. Thank you. So let's begin. Safety precautions, question number 1. Which statement gives 2 safety precautions to take when a person is working with ionizing radiation? Decrease exposure time. Yes, this is true. And decrease distance between the person and the source. No, this is not correct. So A is not correct. B, decrease exposure time, okay, and increase distance between the person and the source. Yes, this is correct. Both the topics are correct. Okay. Moving on to C, increase exposure time and decrease the distance between the person and the source. Ye increase exposure time wale, both of them are wrong. So B is our correct option. Moving on to question number 2. Several scientists are working in a laboratory. The scientists are experimenting with sources which emit ionizing radiation. Each scientist is given a list of safety rules. 3 of the rules are shown. Keep at least 2 meters away from other people. No. Do not stay longer than 4 hours per day in the laboratory. Okay. This means that you should reduce exposure time. So, okay. Stay behind the lead line screen. Yes, this is also correct because lead absorbs radioactive emissions. So, answer would be D. 2 and 3. Moving on to question number 3. Why are some radioactive sources stored in boxes made from lead? Lead absorbs emission from the radioactive sources. This is correct. Lead decreases the half-life. No. Lead increases the half-life of the radioactive sources. No. Lead repels emissions from radioactive sources. No. Lead absorbs emissions from radioactive sources. So usually people working with radioactive sources work behind a lead screen. For this reason. Question number 4. A scientist carries out an experiment using a sealed source which emits beta particles. The range of the beta particles in air is about 30 centimeters. Which precaution is the most effective to protect the scientist from the radiation? Okay. Handling the source with long tongs. Yes, this can be it. Keeping the temperature of the source low. No, temperature has nothing to do with ionizing radiations. Opening all windows in the laboratory. This is not going to help. Washing his hands before leaving the laboratory. No, this is also not going to help. So A is our correct answer over here. Question number 5. The diagram shows a box used for storing radioactive sources. Which material is best for lining the box to prevent the escape of most radioactive emissions? Okay, we know that lead is something that absorbs radioactive emissions, so the box has to be made up of lead. Okay, ji? Question number 6. A scientist needs to use a source of gamma rays as safely as possible. Which action will not reduce the amount of radiation that reaches the scientist? Keeping the distance between the source and the scientist as large as possible. So yes, this will help reduce the amount of radiation that reaches the scientist. Keeping the temperature of the source as low as possible. Temperature has nothing to do with radioactive decay. Keeping the time for which the scientist uses the source as small as possible, yani limit the exposure. So this is going to reduce the amount of radiation that reaches the scientist. Place a lead screen between the scientist and the source. This will also reduce the amount of radiation that is going to reach the scientist. So B is the only option that is not correct. So this brings us to the end of atomic physics. Inshallah, next I think we are going to be doing electrical quantities and magnetism, etc. Let's see what we start up with. So until then, take care of yourselves and like and subscribe the channel so that you get to know when a new video is uploaded, and if you found anything helpful in what I've taught you, so kindly remember me in your prayers. Thank you, and Allah Hafiz.